Alright, hey everybody. We're going to try some live chess. We're going to have to keep it quick. I don't have a lot of time here. Let's try 5-5. Alright, so here's the Sicilian defense. We do see this sometimes. I can't remember the name of this variation, but it does happen every now and then. I think it's a wasted pawn effort. There's really no need to reinforce the stacked pawns. We can actually push them. It's almost like I have an extra pawn. I mean, I obviously do. I'm up a point, so we can try to deflect this knight here at f3. Whoop, excuse me. Now, any sort of refute by like rook to e1 doesn't really work. I have two stacked pawns on the e file. He can't pin one of them, capturing the knight. I typically consider something like knight to d4, challenges the knight f3, also attacks the pawn at c2, but I typically need to get a bishop there or a queen. This is not always out of my options, if you will. Spending a lot of time here. Now, what's good about knight to d4, if he plays knight takes d4, I play pawn takes d4, and I unstack my pawns, and I don't open up my e-file any more than it is. It's probably where we're going to go down here. Let's see what happens. Again, my opponent's taking quite a lot of time. You know, whenever your opponent takes a lot of time with online games, you always question whether or not they're consulting a chess engine. I mean, it's done. It's done a lot. It's done a lot more than you would want. And it's done. And it's sad. You can't play your own game. You know, most online chess sites do not allow third-party consultation, whether or not that's a chess engine or someone else other than you. Third party. I do feel that's happening here. I mean, my opponent is taking a lot more time than should be. Sometimes I chime in here and I chat with my opponent and say, "Oh, you need that chess engine?" You know, I mean, cause come on, let's play the game, man. You wanted to play me, you play me. You know, don't have a chat. Oh, he resigned. That's very surprising. All right, we're gonna share that. Now, I don't boast my wins on Facebook because I want to boast. I put them out there so people see, you know, here's how I won. You know, here's how you don't lose, you know, etc., etc. Oop. Sorry, there's the wrong button. You know, I mean, I post losses. I do, you know, if they're a good game. But in this case, this was probably someone who couldn't win on their own. And I always questioned the anonymity, if you will, of my opponents. You know, do they like me posting these? Can I post them legally, etc., etc.? But you made a profile pic, you made a name, you know, is that you, is that not you, etc., etc. Alright, so we're gonna play this out here. That knight coming in is a little atypical. It's rather aggressive. I don't care for it, but pawn to c3 does open up queen to b3, which gives me the potential of bishop takes b7 check. So we're going to go with that. We're going to try to lead him into something that may be a checkmate for me. After bishop takes f7, did I say f7? After bishop takes f7 check, I'd have to play bishop to h5 for queen to f7 check, and he can always counter that after the bishop move with pawn to g6. But I do believe, in my opinion, it drops a little bit of tempo for him. Alright, oh, he's already thinking about that. Alright. Alright, we're gonna... That's risky. Pawn to f4 is risky because after pawn takes c3, any sort of castling on the king side won't be available. And he doesn't do that. Alright, so we're going to castle. This is very dangerous, but we're going to play this game. Okay, so he does play that. Alright. Oh, I have to move my king. Alright. So that gives him a free pawn move. I'm not overtly concerned. He is up a point. You know, most people would be concerned. I'm going to play the knight. Oh, I played the bishop. Excuse me. I wanted to play the knight, but the bishop's not that bad of an option. I can always play bishop to b4. Oh, he's going for something nasty here. Oh, he is very adventurous. I'm not happy with that. This game's not going the way I wanted it to, but every now and then it doesn't. I am threatening a queen take. He could simply play queen takes queen at g3. I'd be obliged to play pawn takes h3, and then he could play bishop takes b4, as he seems to be doing. Oh, it goes for a check. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very surprising. He drops a rook. Yeah, he can take my rook. Oh, knight to c2 might be a problem. Oh, he doesn't do that. Oh, he takes that one. Alright, checkmate. That was a good one. I like that one. It was a big mistake on his part. Alright, I think that's going to close out this video episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good night.